Brooke was a young girl of age 19 that was as normal as one can be. She had been studying in college for quite a while now and was almost done. She had a boyfriend named Johnson that was 20 years old. They have been together since Secondary 3. They loved each other so much that people said they were soulmates.
One day, Johnson did the big move. Knee to the floor, he asked Brooke to marry him. She didn't think back 1 second before accepting, because she knew it was the right choice. She knew they were meant to go further together.
A few weeks later, Johnson was going out with his friends. Brooke didn't join him because she had to study for the upcoming final exams. "I will go another time," she said. The next day, she received a phone call from Johnson's family. They told her that he had had a car accident while he was going to the party. Nothing made sense that day. She stopped living.
Brooke wouldn't believe it. She would not accept the fact that Johnson wasn't there anymore, that he had left her world. The only word that would come to her mouth was
Impossible.
the person that she had loved the most couldn't just leave like that. It couldn't be true.
Dead? Really? No, it was unbelievable.
A few hours earlier, he was holding her tight in his arm and was telling her that he loved her. So many emotions were coming right through her, but she wouldn't react. She dropped her phone silently in pain. It was the first step. Hearing the noise of the phone dropping, Brooke's sister, Stacy, rushed to her. She heard some bits of the conversation and wanted to be there and support her beloved sister. Brooke, however, didn't want any support at that specific point in time. She would push Stacy away fiercely. Anger rose and she began shouting,
"Why him? We were supposed to marry, have children, live together."
It was the second step.
Several weeks later, Brooke's behavior had changed completely. Anger had left to be replaced by something stronger, culpability. She stopped going to the cinema because she passed too much great time with Johnson there. She stopped going to the park because they loved to lay down in the grass. She even stopped going to her favorite restaurant because that was where she met him. She stopped doing everything that she used to do when he was still there. She asked herself,
What if I told him to stay with me? What if he had not gone?
she thought it was all her fault if he went out with his friend and had had this terrible accident. It was the third step. Brooke didn't go to school anymore. She stayed in her bed. She had obtained her diploma but didn't sign up for university. She wanted time to recover. She had been through winter in sorrow. She had trouble sleeping during the night, thinking about Johnson and the good times they had passed together. She missed the
Good night.
or the
I love you.
that he used to tell her. She missed everything about him so much. It was the fourth step.
It's been 1 year now since Johnson had passed away and Brooke was slowly and painfully recovering. Stacy was always there to help her sister get through all these emotions. Brooke finally accepted the help that Stacy offered. She even made Brooke go back to the park where she and Johnson would lay down and where he proposed to her. Brooke had finally found peace and accepted Johnson's death. It was the fifth and the last step.
We meet a lot of people during our lives, and a lot of them will only be names and faces. However, some of them will be unforgettable. It's obviously harder to go through the loss of a loved one. Brooke had to do that. She went through the 5 steps of mourning. Everyone will go through those if they lose someone they loved. It can take from a few weeks to an entire life to recover.